And Pat is thinking very positively and believing in his team. And now his only hope is that they execute the game of basketball at a higher level than they have lately. Despite the wins, as he says, they haven't been playing at a high enough level. And this is one fine challenge in order to get them to do it.
Well, Patrick Ewing will have a little bit to contend with in the middle in this game tonight. Irvin Johnson, a second-year man out of New Orleans. And Kendall Gill, Oakley with Sam Perkins, Gary Payton with Derek Harper, and Detlef Schrempf, always dangerous, with Anthony Bonner. Starks. Oakley grabs his first rebound. Starks hit 6 of 11 from beyond the stripe last night at the Sports Arena. Great look. Ewing, Oakley, followed by Bonner. It's a Team Sonic rebound.
That was a layup attempt for Bonner. That should have worked for the Knicks after that nice ball movement.
Irvin Johnson starting his second straight game. Now Gary Payton, just a tremendous offensive player. He gets 20 a game, and he's 2 on his way.
The challenge for the Knicks here, one of the many tonight, is to be familiar with this court. And Patrick Ewing gets into stride right away in so doing, making that backboard his friend. But Al, as we were just commenting to each other a moment ago, it's kind of dim here visually, and in this wide open dome space, it's a little difficult to identify that rim from far out.
It's tough to get a good sight on it. There's no doubt about it. Way off. Ewing beaten to the rebound by Shawn Kemp. And an Anthony Bonner foul as the Sonics attempted to break up the floor.
Just don't think in a game like this in unfamiliar surroundings that the Knicks and John Starks should come over half court and fire up long shots. Got to get a feel for the place, get a feel for the site, the setting a little bit before the long ones start going up.
Shooter's mentality, though, I guess, John, is get in a hot groove as quick as you possibly can, right? Kemp, and that's a foul on Anthony Bonner, so 2 quick ones on Bonner. And this is the kind of foul that accumulated on the Knicks in the game at the Garden.
Bonner moved pretty well there. Thought he drew the offensive foul, but he had the motion going, which went in favor of the offense on the call.
That's a foul on Patrick Ewing. Patrick's first, and Charles Smith getting an early entrance into this game.
Well, with Bonner getting 2 fouls and the Knicks wanting to go long, in other words, have their tall people on the court, why, it's a good opportunity for Charles to get into the action.
Detlef Schrempf followed by Perkins, and he took a shot to the face. And the ball is knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. Sonics will keep it. Looks as though he's shaking it off all right. Payton whips it down low. Kemp fell down, tries to save it. Schrempf does. 10 on the 24. Backing in. Ewing with the rebound. Goes long distance for Starks. In and fouled by Perkins. They've had a success. They lost again to San Antonio when those rumblings started. And then they went down to the Summit in Houston and beat the Rockets by 2 and quieted that a little bit.
Yes, after their 63-win season and their early elimination in the playoffs, this team has a lot of making up to do to themselves and their fans.
Sam Perkins lets another one go. He's 0 for 2 from out there. Starks. Knicks flew in after last night's win in Los Angeles, arrived at about 2:30. Charles Oakley, almost an air ball.
And there's an example of the vision difference in a new arena. A new arena for the Knicks to be playing in.
I don't know what you think, John, but now I'm looking at both hoops. One end has the neon lights, which get in your sights from both sides. The other one doesn't. The end that the Sonics are shooting at. I think that the end of the floor that Seattle's at is a better sight, which the Knicks will have in the second half. Kemp, a big follow. Nick Ball.
Well, the way they're shooting the ball, Al, there is no sign of it being an advantage to them. They're not shooting the ball well here in the opening moments. Knicks doing a good job picking up their defense in the second half last night.
All right, so the theory's not looking real good right now.
1 for 11 for both teams.
Ewing draws 2. Now they go back to him. Ewing with Perkins on him. Gets it to fall, and the Knicks are up 6-2. Alley-oop, big leap, and a Knicks 2. 6-3 Knicks. Ewing, second thought for Starks. He's 0 for 3. From distance, Kendall Gill. Let's go with a 2. Knicks try to counter quickly. Stark spins away from Perkins.
The Knicks are going to feed off Patrick Ewing. Perkins just isn't big enough.
That's a foul. The shot will not count. It'll be on John Starks. Knicks now have 4 team fouls. Sonics as a team on the season averaging just over 49% from the floor. 49%. And there's another Knick foul. This one's on Charles Smith. Knicks are up to their 5th team foul, and Seattle's in the bonus with 7.5 minutes to go in the opening quarter.
Well, the Knicks came into this game, Al. You know they have to think aggressively to deal with Seattle, slow their fast break and motion down. But the bad part of that now is the foul situation as you described.
Trent missing. He's an 84% free throw shooter, but how about this? He has made 39 of his last 64 three-point attempts. That's a pretty good sampling.
That's remarkable shooting.
And he's hit 61%.
Everybody must get a crew cut. That's the answer, Al.
I'm waiting for you.
Crew cut's the difference in that three-point shooting, you know.
Charles Smith traveled. And the turnover gives it to Seattle. Sonics down 2.
These are the little things. A turnover like that, unforced turnover that hurts the team badly. That's what Pat Riley was citing before the game, is the type thing the Knicks have to shake off.
Kemp up so strong. And the Knicks had 2 bodies right there, but he was completely unfazed. Starks spins away from Gill. Still doesn't have it measured. Starks is 0 for 4. Payton up on Harper, and he just lost his feet. Looked as though the floor was wet. Gary Payton down, slow to get to his feet. Looks as though he'll be all right. Timeout in Tacoma.
Of late.
Back underway at the Tacoma Dome. Knicks 2 for 8, Sonics 3 for 9. An early evening game here in Tacoma, Washington. Charles Smith down low, kicks it out for Starks. Harper sees some space, goes hard off the glass. Sonics ball. Wait a minute, Steve Javie thinks otherwise. They change it. Knick ball.
One would expect John Starks, Al, to start driving the ball a bit now after his difficult start from the perimeter.
Now the dispute. Starks and Ewing, by the way, have all the Knicks points 4 apiece, but for John, they come all at the free throw line. They're going to leave 5 seconds on the 24-second clock. Ewing kicks it out for Starks. Right at the buzzer. He's 0 for 5 from the floor. Knicks get another shot.
Patrick Ewing in not a happy manner addressing John Starks now.
Starks uses the high screen, looks in for Ewing. Perkins slapped away. Kendall Gill came over to help out. 20 on the 24. Well, you had to see the outfit Patrick Ewing had on today. Long trench coat with an old fedora. He looked like something out of the Untouchables. Just a lot bigger than Elliot Ness. Another miss from outside. Charles Smith is called on the loose ball foul, his second. And you know, if the Knicks over the limit, everything is a shooting foul.
Ewing and Starks now doing some talking. But if you're a teammate of John Starks, Al, you want to see something different happen after he misses 5 or 6. Not necessarily giving the ball up to them, but a little change in the approach. Perhaps a couple of dribbles in a jump shot. Get closer to the basket. Or give it up. Or drive it. Or do something a little different.
And Anthony Mason makes his return. Pat Riley using him tonight like you would in any other game. The 5-game suspension now officially over.
Fans here can't appreciate the drama here unfolding for the Knicks. You know, if this was at Madison Square Garden, the place would be rocking.
Starks around the perimeter by the Knicks. Mason's first touch. Ewing gets fouled. And this is really something the Knicks have to try to exploit while it exists. Sam Perkins just cannot, by himself, defend Patrick Ewing.
Now, one of the things that Mason brings, one of the many things, is ball movement. He readily gives the ball up. He's not one of these players who always thinks about his own move when he gets his hands on the ball. He has a good sense of the game, which means the other 4 people on his team. And already the Knicks got into a nice sequence of passing the ball.
Ewing perfect that trip to the line. We are tied at 10. Just under 6 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Gill draws Mason, who helps out Starks. Now Mason retreats. Perkins way out. He's missed his attempts from out there. Tremp. Well, the Knicks don't want to see him get on track. That left Tremp 2 games ago almost won a game against the Washington Bullets single-handed. Sonics were down 14 with 9 minutes to go, and Tremp rolled up 14 points. Sonics came back to win. They go to Ewing again. A late arriving double team. Now it sloughs off, and Ewing is able to beat Sam Perkins again.
Major problem for the Sonics. Perkins wasn't even up there waving his hand when Ewing took the shot.
They started the bigger Irvin Johnson, who's 6'11". He had 2 fouls in less than 10 seconds. And this is what the Sonics are left with. Bill Cartwright, elbow surgery. He is out. Gill runs right over Derek Harper. Offensive foul, Nick Ball.
Kendall Gill begging to call. To no avail.
Little used Steve Scheffler enters the game for Seattle. And joining him is the steals leader in the NBA a year ago, Nate McMillan. So Kendall Gill leaves.
Scheffler is a 6'9" body.
Harper got tangled up with a wild move, but was fouled at the last moment. And he has the chance to break this run of 8 straight points scored by Patrick Ewing. South of Seattle, the destination of the Final Four, of course. Derek Harper is called for the foul. His first.
You know, the game within a game tonight is Derek Harper and Gary Payton. Harper respected as one of the game's outstanding defenders at the point guard position. And this is a man who claims that title himself as perhaps being the NBA's best point guard defender.
How about this for a game? 32 points, 15 of 17 from the floor, and 7 assists. Earlier in the season, Gary Payton joined some elite company when he hit 14 of 14 in a game. The only other NBA players to ever do that were Wilt Chamberlain, Bailey Howell, and Billy McKinney. Only the 4th time in history with that many shots all made. Ewing met by Kemp. This will be a jump ball. Ewing just spun around and Kemp was waiting for him.
He actually handed it to him. I mean, Patrick didn't realize who was standing there. I mean, that's the opposition, Patrick.
Patrick found that funny. From a gamesmanship standpoint, he easily wins the tip. Harper guarded by the much taller Tremp. Mason. Harper lets it go. Big rebound by Nate McMillan. Tremp on the run. He loves to do that.
Knicks are having a major problem from the perimeter, Al.
Payton. He's not having a problem. That's a three.
Well, Seattle lives here. They have a feel for the place. I think it's an awfully tough place to shoot.
16-13 for the Sonics. Tipped out of bounds by Nate McMillan. So Anthony Mason will inbound. That's a foul on Nate McMillan. Both teams are in the bonus. Knicks will shoot. And Derek Harper will go to the line.
Derek Harper to the free throw line.
George Karl, he spends an awful lot of time talking in the newspapers, on TV and radio about what's going on in his locker room and the clashing of egos and how he handles it. You have to remember, after that 63-win season and the first-round ouster by Denver, I mean, this team almost came apart at the seams. It was a thought that George Karl, after the great regular season, might not even come back.
It was a panic situation.
It really became that. You know, a real big, how could that have happened? Well, they're very, very close to finally getting back to the playoffs, and they obviously can't wait for another chance. Knicks shooting 25% from the floor. Out of bounds. Sonics will keep it with 13 on the 24. Double technicals. You could hear some of the very angry language.
Double technical fouls have been called. First of all, on New York's number 34, Charles Oakley.
Charles Oakley.
Technical foul called on number 20, Gary Payton.
Gary Payton. So Charles Oakley and Gary Payton, who don't spend a lot of time guarding each other, have connected, so to speak. Offsetting tees. Now the Sonics to inbound. Tremp.
Knicks doing a good job of contesting any shot attempts.
Tremp all the way. Doesn't get the roll. Kemp with a big follow. And he comes away screaming. Knicks want to talk it over. 3:04 to go. Sonics up by 4. They're on their feet in Tacoma.
They're really not.
Look how smart he is.
They're not very intelligent, honey. They're dopey.
Look at them.
We have a dummy on our foot. Oh, where's he going?
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
And now, Valley of the Apes.
9 to 5. Nobody keeps those hours anymore. Breakfast is now the most important meal of the business day.
Or in the blue shirts.
4 lead changes, 5 ties. Sonics up 4. Under 3 minutes to go in Tacoma. Ewing spins away from Scheffler. And just like when Sam Perkins was on him, we're talking Steve Scheffler here. This has got to be something the Knicks go to and go to.
Well, Patrick is the Knicks field goal offense thus far.
Scheffler wide open. Anthony Mason's first notation on the stat sheet. He's been in there for a little over 3 minutes now, and that's his first rebound. He has not taken a shot. Hubert Davis is on for the Knicks, and he is fouled by Nate McMillan. That'll be number 2 on him. So Hubert Davis will go to the free throw line.
Greg Anthony getting ready to check back in. Greg certainly back in the rotation now, and with Gary Payton out there, down to the Knicks, saying that they're not as tough as they used to be. They don't have a consistent score other than Patrick Ewing. Kendall Gill said John Starks can fill it up, but that depends on what night he's playing. They think they have a great defense, but they don't. They went back to an old Tim Hardaway statement. Very demeaning article in the direction of the Knicks by the Seattle Supersonics today. Very surprising to see a team so outspoken about their opponent. I don't know if this man was happy about that.
Probably passed around the Knick locker room a little bit. Nice block by Oakley on Steve Scheffler, but the Sonics will keep it. This will be a two-shot foul called on Anthony Mason.
Fouls on number 14, Anthony Mason, his first.
First on Mason, and Detlef Schrempf will go to the line. John, in hindsight, what do you think? Derek McKee.
Fortunate for Indiana because Detlef Schrempf is an NBA All-Star this year. McKee is certainly not at that level.
Under 2 to go, Sonics by 2. Knicks looking for Ewing. They get it to him. Quickly, Schrempf comes over to help out. Somebody's open. It's Anthony. Look at Kemp on Anthony. This is a great defensive team, the Seattle Supersonics. They're very quick. And the 24-second clock expires on New York.
Dribbling the ball is not the answer to the aggressive play of the Sonics. The Knicks have got to spread it out on the offensive end and move that ball, make it whistle out there.
Little pressure applied by Hubert Davis. Anthony picks up Payton at midcourt. Sonics have won 8 of their last 9. Knicks have won 5 of 6. Payton, quick release. Mason on the rebound. Knicks have a chance on the break. Greg Anthony and a foul. Nate McMillan is called for the foul.
Anthony Mason getting that basketball. This is where he loves to play, making the decisions as a playmaker. Greg Anthony draws the foul. This is the kind of game, Al, against a very tall front line. For Mason to do well, to have a big effect in this game, the Knicks have to rebound and run that basketball. He will not succeed as he normally does against the likes of Detlef Schrempf or Kemp underneath the basket because they're so much bigger than him. But if the Knicks can run, Mason can really excel and be important.
Both teams seem to be doing a good job of getting after it defensively. Most shots, a high percentage on both ends of the floor, are being contested, and that's a good sign. $20 up, just over a minute to go. That's too easy. That's too easy for Gary Payton.
Greg Anthony lost him on the baseline where there is no help.
Now the Sonics back in front. Hubert Davis, Ewing quickly double team. That leaves Oakley wide open. This time Oakley has it right, and the Knicks have tied it one more time.
That was a foul shot for Charles, no problem.
Oakley's first points of the game. McMillan tangled up by Oakley and Ewing. McMillan pulls it out, now back for Kemp. He's been pretty quiet. And not that time. 7 points for Shawn Kemp.
Oakley cannot put the net around Kemp, who just seems to squirm away from him.
Knicks can just about play it for one. There is, as you can see, about a 3-second differential in the clocks. Greg Anthony. Anthony Mason gets a chance for the follow. Mason's on the scoreboard. Hard work inside and the buzzer sounds. Anthony Mason's putback ties the game at 24. One quarter complete. Underneath
the whole thing is I love coaching. I love being in the gym, but there's a lot of stuff other than coaching that is bothering me. And I just, and analyze at the end of the season. I'm very excited about the opportunity that we have of being one of the top 5 or 6 teams in the league. And if we get lucky, could put it together and play a little bit better than we're playing right now, I think we'll be a contender.
He sounds a little like Dan Issel did the day he resigned. Things that are bothering me, that mystic. I'm not going any deeper than that.
Well, Dan Issel has He has a lot of resources to fall back on too, Al, where he could make his own decisions based on how he felt.
Knicks have the 2-point lead. First points of the second quarter. Detlef Schrempf guarded by Charles Smith. Now it's Ewing on the switch. Schrempf takes Ewing around the perimeter, and that's calls for Patrick to commit a foul.
Foul number 33, Patrick Ewing, his
First foul committed by Patrick Ewing.
Detlef Schrempf, like Sean Kemp at 6'10", is a very good man with the basketball. Makes it very tough for big men to deal with guarding him.
Kemp unable to make it happen from inside. Good job by Anthony Mason and Patrick Ewing. Normally, when Kemp gets the ball under the hoop, that's a guarantee of 2. That's Kemp rescuing that Hubert Davis miss. Kemp for Schrempf. Smith is on him.
On the shot clock.
Nice steal by Anthony Mason. Right down the middle. Lays it for Harper. Or for Anthony, rather. Greg Anthony for 2, and the Knicks lead by 4.
Beautifully handled by Anthony Mason.
This is Sean Kemp's favorite part of the floor, but again, he's tangled up, but a foul this time. Sam Perkins re-enters the game, and Sharunas Marshallonis makes his first appearance in the game for the Sonics. Marshallonis coming over in a trade with the Golden State Warriors. Actually started on Friday night. Anthony Bonner for the Knicks. How's this for a team player? You know, there have been so many ego problems with the Sonics, Charles Smith leaving. Sharunas, Marshallonis rather, said to the thought of him starting that he wasn't sure it was a good idea because of what it would do, I'm paraphrasing here, to the egos in the locker room, and that the Sonics had to be right for the playoffs. He said it wasn't the role he expected when he came here, so he doesn't really need it now. Ewing.
A little bit of an ego problem.
Not from him, though. You know, he was saying, I'm willing to sacrifice the starting shot that he did get on Friday if it means disrupting the team. Sam Perkins with a nice roll to the basket.
That's a nice piece of variety from Perkins, who usually is content to sit back and throw the long jumpers up.
Sam Perkins, the foul number 33.
Sam has Patrick running at him. So he instinctively drives that ball. Well done by him.
So Patrick Ewing leaves. He was with Georgetown in Seattle when they won the 1984 NCAA championship, and the man on the free throw line was with North Carolina when they went to the Final Four. So was Hubert Davis. He went to North Carolina. George Karl played for the Tar Heels too. A rejection inside. Sonics break out. Gill is short. Knicks still up by 2. Hubert Davis whirls away from Gill. Illegal defense is called. First infraction of the game. Knicks will inbound. Sonics don't quite understand it. 9:17 to go in the second quarter. It is Mason with Bonner and Oakley. A small lineup for the Knicks featuring Anthony and Hubert Davis at the guards. Davis. Well short. Saved by Bonner. The Knicks point out to everyone on the floor that there are only 7 on the 24-second clock. Bonner. Traveling is called. There were 3 on the 24-second clock, and Anthony Bonner 20 feet from the hoop. That might not be your best thing to do.
Well, the Knicks aren't thinking that way as they move the ball to the open man, but Bonner just doesn't have an interest in perimeter shooting. He's not effective from that range, so it's a situation where Seattle's delighted to see that happen.
And the other thing, John, is in the absence of either Herb Williams or Patrick Ewing, as the Knicks have gone small, that keeps the Steve Scheffler off the floor almost.
What a shot by Sean Kemp, who was pushed to the ultimate by Mason.
So the game is tied at 28. 9 points for Sean Kemp. Hubert Davis is off. Bonner is down, looks to be all right. Marciulionis scored 20 on Friday. Doesn't get the bounce. It will be Nick Ball as Oakley and Kendall Gill go into the corner. Gill comes up, fired up. Kemp standing between Oakley and Gill.
Way down to our left, this takes place. It's hard to see exactly the elbow by Kendall Gill in direction of Charles Oakley as both players were pursuing that ball. Hard to say what turned off Kendall Gill.
And Oakley's got some words for Gary Payton now. This is ongoing in front of the Sonics bench. Oakley won't turn and walk away.
One thing we know, Al, and that is both Gill and Payton have been quite outspoken. Payton has always been a trash talker, a big talker ever since he came into the league. This is Gary Payton sitting on the bench. That's not a happy face, is it?
Steve Javy, the official, and Oakley going at it.
Many times Charles Oakley will get physical with a player after the whistle and draws the attention and the ire of his opponents. But on that play, it looked like Charles was going straight for the basketball. There's no monkey business coming out of him.
So a little tension sprinkled into this one with 8 to go in the half. Mason guarded by Kemp. A lot of muscle involved here. Mason gets the bad bounce, but he will go to the line for 2. Second foul on Kemp, and Gary Payton is immediately called by George Karl to return. Nate McMillan leaves. We'll see what... It's times like this where we need Johnny Hoops to explain why.
Well, we talked about at the beginning, Al. It's a tough place to see the rim.
No, I don't mean why they're missing shots. Why are they shooting 1 for 14 from the guard position and tied in the game? That's a 3 actually by Payton that gives the Sonics the lead.
With the young fellas, Al.
Hubert Davis on the switch. He's guarded by the much taller Perkins. And Sarunas Marciulionis fouls Charles Oakley.
Fouls on number 30. Sarunas Marciulionis is first.
First on Marciulionis, who played for Lithuania in the 92 Olympics in Barcelona, coming off a major reconstructive knee surgery. Knicks way down at 30%. Sonics nothing to yell about either at 41. Oakley sees Davis. Tough pass. That'll be Sonic ball. Davis and Oakley misconnecting. Sam Perkins out high with just about 7 minutes to go in the half. Patrick Ewing getting set to return. And the Sonics just throw it away. Nick Ball.
Very soft pass, too, by Payton.
Sean Kemp visiting the fans for a moment. We'll step away on MSG and be back in a moment. Just over 18,000 in the Tacoma Dome. Under 7 minutes to go in the first half. The Sonics lead the Knicks by 1. Quick look for Ewing. Over Perkins all day and night.
Well, he just loses Sam Perkins so quickly. The double team didn't come to Ewing, and the Sonics have to be unhappy about that as a team. They didn't help out at all.
To Patrick's credit, he recognized that the double team either wasn't coming or was late in coming.
Three-guard approach now for the Knicks.
Payton guarded by Harper. Starks on Gill. Oakley now down low, gets help. Marciulionis for Perkins. He's cold from out there.
Ewing contested him, made it difficult.
3-on-2 for the Knicks. Derek Harper gives the Knicks a 3-point lead. Quick counter by the Sonics.
Good transition defense by the Knicks as well.
Ewing can't prevent Sam Perkins from getting a friendly bounce. Ewing leads all scorers on the floor with 12. Sean Kemp has 11. To make that 9, Gary Payton has 11. Ewing. Patrick Ewing, quite clearly, is the Knicks' offensive man. Knicks by 3 again.
They get 4. They get 4 snap.
Kendall Gill. That's a 3.
Knicks have yet to find the range at their end from outside.
5 for Kendall Gill. Starks is 0 for 6. He elects not to shoot. I don't think John Starks has taken a shot since Patrick Ewing admonished him back in the first quarter.
Oh, what a play by Starks, denying that pass into Kemp.
Offensive foul, number 40,
Sean Kemp is called for the offensive foul. That's a big play. That's Kemp's 3rd personal foul, and we've got 5 minutes to go in the quarter.
Well, big play by Starks, too. John getting back quickly on defense. All of a sudden, he's matched on Kemp, who's 6'10". Starks draws the foul from Kemp, who was responding to John's presence. It's hard to see that, but Starks drew the foul.
Well, the Knicks have the ball, and the Sonics have a problem. Sean Kemp has to leave as Irvin Johnson returns. He started and got 2 quick fouls. Davis, the low bounce. There's the double team, and Oakley's open.
Oakley could not believe he was open. He hesitated.
So when the Sonics don't double, it's Ewing right to the hoop. And when they do, Patrick's been looking around. Good eyes that time. Knicks by 2. Sarunas Marciulionis pulls up.
Sonics have been getting terrific perimeter shooting.
Sonics shooting 45% overall at this point. Knicks 39. Irvin Johnson, the back pass for Gary Payton. That looked very dangerous. The crowd is still buzzing about it.
Tough matchup for Starks. He needs help, and he gets it.
Perkins way out. Irvin Johnson. Quick release.
Second-year pro from the University of New Orleans, Irvin Johnson.
Davis. Hubert Davis is cold. Davis 0 for 5 from the floor. Perkins breaks away from Starks.
Well, in transition, Starks once again in a mismatch as he hustled back. But that's not his man. He was trying to cover.
We've got a timeout in the state of Washington. The Sonics back in front, this time by 4. McMillan was right in his face. Ewing goes at Irvin Johnson, and that's going to be the 3rd foul on Irvin Johnson.
Foul on number 50, Irvin Johnson, his 3rd.
So he's been grabbing the fouls quickly.
Foul in the quarter, ball in Seattle.
4th team foul for the Seattle Supersonics. Knicks have only 3, and we're just over 3 minutes to go in the half. Bob Page is at the MSG Sports Desk for an update on everything else that happened today. Starks still doesn't have it going. He's 0 for 7.
Knicks very fortunate that Sean Kemp, the foul situation, is out of the lineup.
Loose ball rescued by Derek Harper. But he cannot get away from Gary Payton. They call a foul. The foul is on Gary Payton.
Said he was tripped. He tripped up Harper.
Hey, Oakley, my grandma still wants a piece of you.
Harper in pursuit of that loose basketball, picks it up. And then the trip by Payton. Harper showing some pain there, but he shakes it off.
So Derek Harper will go to the free throw line with 2:48 to go. Harper on the game, 1 for 2 only from the floor. 2 for 4 from the free throw line. Nick guards are having a bad go of it. But boy, John, when you think back to this season, is that Derek Harper steal in Denver going to be one of those great images, those great memories of the year?
Great play by him.
Well, Derek Harper's now 2 of 6 from the free throw line. Sonics by 4. They led by 4. The Knicks came back to lead by that. Now they've got the lead again. That'll be a foul on Derek Harper.
Boy, what a tight call.
Number 11 of New York, Derek Harper, is
Second foul on Derek.
Take a look at Derek now doing a little reach in.
Oh, boy.
Foul call on that. I think Payton was unhappy about that. It slowed him up. About the call, I mean the whistle. Certainly Harper didn't slow him up.
Sonics desperately want to post up Shrimp on the smaller Starks. It works, and they get the foul. In the moment he got the ball, whistle. Second foul committed by Charles Oakley.
Shrimp at the line for 2 shots.
We talked about the shooting of Shrimp. You know, he, Payton, and Kemp make up the top 3 of this team. They all shoot better than 50%. Knicks learned that again, March 11th at the Garden.
He's come into all-star form as he was this year, and in 1993, after the first 4 years of his career spent in Dallas, where he was a frustrated player who didn't get playing time. It's hard to imagine a guy with his many skills didn't play that much first 4 years in the NBA with Dallas.
So far in this game, he's got 9 points. That's an offensive foul on Anthony Mason. Pat Riley did not like the call. Mason, they say, was too aggressive in trying to get position.
Nice foul shots, Harper. Good job, buddy. That side. Gary, this side.
It's an 8-zip run by the Sonics. The number 5 and number 6 teams overall in the NBA. Under 2 to go in the half. This is Shrimp guarded by Oakley. Faked it low. Unbelievable that ball came out. Mason the other way.
Harper trying to spread the offense out a bit now. Knicks have had only flashes of good ball movement.
Starks finally gets it measured. Starks now 1 for 8, and that's a 3 that brings the Knicks within 3. Payton. That's a tough move to stop. Oakley behind the back for Harper. Now Ewing. Loved that spot.
Nice ball movement by the Knicks.
So Patrick Ewing leading the Knicks. He's got 16 in the first half. Last minute to go. Everybody's around the perimeter for Seattle. Sam Perkins looking for Shrimp. Tries to spin on Mason, who's there with him. The ball away. Tipped up. I think Ewing may have put that in.
Looked like Scheffler's hand in there. He had good timing.
So the Sonics lead is 5. Starks looks for Ewing, draws the double. Oakley tips to Mason.
Oh,
and the foul.
Great play by Oakley to Mason.
What a sequence by the Knicks.
Ewing with the double team, Oakley with the tip. Absolutely perfect. That was an artistic tip by Charles Oakley.
Just a well-intentioned redirection.
22nd timeout called by Seattle.
A 22nd timeout is called by the Sonics. Obviously, George Karl wants to make the most of what could be a last shot with 27.1 to go.
Well, you get 1.5 a 20-second call, so a lot of coaches like to hold it for moments like this. Anthony Mason reading back to D for his haircut presentation.
So that's nothing new. That's the one he's had for a long, long time. It's just been, retouched. spruced up.
That's his basic message. That's what got him to the NBA and has sustained him throughout his career, although now he's become a much better offensive player as he's continued to develop. But the defense is the basis of Anthony Mason's strength.
And you know, that Statue of Liberty didn't last long, did it? That Statue of Liberty lasted one game. That was that ill-fated night at the Garden against Denver. So that's your hair sculpture update. Sonics looking to increase their 2-point lead.
Above the tip.
Here, George Karl, above the tee.
Sonics really spreading the Knicks out now.
Tremp working. Ewing is there. Marcelonis. Payton open. Mason with the rebound. Plenty of time. Harper. Great pass. Ewing never gave up on that play. And Tremp is off. An exciting Knicks sequence to end the half. They tie the game on Anthony Mason's on-target lead for Derek Harper and the very impressive follow by Patrick Ewing.
Knicks pushing that ball. Harper under great pressure. That ball gets deflected away, but Ewing running the court finishes with the reverse slam to tie the game at the half.
Ewing had more of a commitment on that play than the Sonics did. So we'll head to the second half tied at 48. Bob Page has all you need to know when we come back.
Didn't start, nevertheless played 6 minutes, accrued 3 fouls. Bonner had 2 fouls himself in 4 minutes of play. So luckily the Knicks had Anthony Mason to call on tonight. Incidentally, the Knicks deadlocked rebounding in the first half with Seattle, 18 each for each team. And that's another area where the Sonics in today's paper were criticizing the Knicks for their rebounding strength, which last year was much greater statistically than it has been this year. The Knicks paid close attention to rebounding in the first half.
John, I'm going to stick with belief in my theory. Big move by Patrick Ewing that the Knicks in the second half are shooting at the end of the floor with better sight on the basket. So in the first half, the Knicks shot 41%. I'm going to say at least 8 or 9 points improvement.
Al, you're in position to look good.
We'll see. Tremp all alone. Knicks quick to react. Kendall Gill. Knicks are contesting everything. Very impressive defensive start for the Knicks. Starks. Tremp way up for the rebound. Both teams scoring 24 points in each of the first 2 quarters. Another little oddity from the stat sheet. Perkins. Quick release by Payton. He's having some game. That's a 3 to put the Sonics in front by 1.
George Karl not going with Sean Kemp to open up the third quarter. Kemp with 3 fouls.
Starks out for Oakley. Now the Knicks break the double team. Harper for 3. Oakley squeezes in to get the rebound and sends it for Harper.
What a play by Oakley.
The steal by Gill from Patrick Ewing.
Sonics, like most teams, look for Ewing to bounce that basketball.
Tremp on the miss. Starks in position for the rebound. And John waits for his team. Patrick Ewing, a very late arrival up the floor. Opening minutes of the third quarter. A very close game start to finish.
Oh, soft pass by Harper. He had Ewing going.
Tremp, a wild move. Starks and Bonner. And it winds up in the hands of Payton. Tremp hit hard by Derek Harper. Here within the Knicks coaching hierarchy, you hear about contesting shots. They talk about it all the time, each and every game at practice. It's what they're all about defensively. Bonner with an offensive rebound. Starks rejected inside by Irvin Johnson. Perkins. Ewing sails by. It rolls around, and there were all sorts of Sonics waiting for that one. If it didn't. Seattle by 4. Perkins has 8. Anthony Bonner, air ball on the turnaround. May have been deflected.
Sonics do not have a strong inside man to go to. Perkins, their big man, is a perimeter player.
5 on the 24-second clock. Pat Riley barking out the seconds to his team. A wild running one-hander by Payton. Starks breaks up with Harper, and Tremp thought that was going to be an easy 2, so he fouled him.
Foul number 11, Deadline Shrimp, his second. First team foul of the quarter against Seattle.
John Starks getting some words from Charles Oakley moments ago. John's really having a tough time of it. 1 for 11 from the floor.
Pat Riley's signaling to his team he wants movement of that basketball.
Starks looking for Ewing. Perkins comes over to the double team. That leaves Oakley wide open. Ewing saved by Oakley, who throws it behind his back. Well off target, out of bounds.
Gall's got away with one in the first half that worked, but he better rethink that behind the back pass.
Seattle by 4. Their biggest lead was 6. Perkins, that soft release.
Got to have a hand up in his face. That's all he wants to do.
He failed. The Knicks have 3 scorers in double figures. The Knicks have only 1. It's one of the reasons, that lack of offensive diversity, that's hurting the Knicks. Seattle on a 9-0 run. Ewing with some help from Charles Smith, who is back in the game. Charles Smith with 4 points. Kendall Gill got a screen, makes the most of it. Seattle back up by 7. Sean Kemp getting ready to return to the game. Tremp with the steal. Oakley telegraphed that pass. Payton spins, lost the ball on the baseline.
Well, in under 6 minutes of the third quarter, the Knicks already have 4 turnovers. And in the first half, they only had 5 for the half.
Oakley leaves, Mason back. So it's Charles Smith, Anthony Mason, Patrick Ewing with Derek Harper and John Starks. And Starks throws the ball right into Kendall Gill's hands. And a 20-second timeout is called by Pat Riley.
What a breakdown by the Knicks ball handling. It's so discouraging after all the work.
Sonics doubling the Knicks steal effort so far in the game. Starks looking for Ewing. This time he goes low on the bounce. 10 on the 24-second clock. Irvin Johnson and Patrick Ewing with a huge battle.
Foul is on Seattle's number 13, Kendall Gill, his second.
Foul is on Kendall Gill, his second. 6:09 to go. The Knicks will inbound. It's a pretty important third quarter possession for the Knicks. Ewing is fouled on the receipt of the ball.
Knicks have got to get the ball to Ewing as much as they can. Also, they need Derek Harper to assert himself offensively himself.
Irvin Johnson has committed his 4th personal foul. Sean Kemp is playing with 3. Harper to a triple team. Smith is open. Well, the Knicks need that. They need someone else to hit an outside jump shot.
I don't have a shot chart with me, Al, but I get the sense that that's maybe the second jump shot. Starks had one from decent range for the Knicks.
Tremp open. Sonics are feeling it. The lead back up to 9.
I mean, in the first half, Harper in 18 minutes was 1 for 3 from the field. 2 assists. Very quiet for Derek Harper. He's got to get going himself.
Tremp and Payton trying to get that ball away from Harper. Starks. He's 1 for 12. Payton sees Tremp again. Starks breaks up the floor. With little support, though, he'll have to wait.
Sonics very good in defensive transition.
Smith makes it 2 in a row. Charles Smith brings the Knicks to within 63-56.
Knicks have to have stops at this end.
It's Kemp. He draws a double team. Irvin Johnson over Ewing. It's John Starks for the rebound. Knicks obviously very respectful of what Shawn Kemp can do. So like the Sonics on Ewing, the Knicks on Kemp. Ewing from outside.
Patrick content to take that jumper, but he'll hurt the Sonics more inside with Irvin Johnson guarding him.
Charles Smith much taller than Kendall Gill. Here's Gary Payton. Another 3 by Gary Payton. And the Sonics are up by 10. Biggest lead of the game for Seattle.
Payton with 19 points on 7-11 from the field.
Out of bounds. It's off Seattle. Nick Ball. Knicks call one of their usual inbound plays with 9 seconds on the 24-second clock. Harper gets it from Mason. Knicks go to Ewing. Doesn't get it to go. Looked like he pulled up on that shot just a bit. They go to Kemp again, and he's got plenty of room. He spins on Mason, but a travel is called. That time the Knicks did not double team Shawn Kemp.
He's asking for an explanation from the official.
Seattle won the game at the Garden on March 11th by 12. The Knicks disastrous from three-point territory tonight. Sonics at 50%. Smith in trouble. Mason for Harper for 3. Smith the follow. And on the putback, he's fouled. In an effort to maybe get somebody who can get a hot streak going offensively, Pat Riley's got a little something happening with Charles Smith and hopes that maybe Hubert Davis can provide some of that. Davis was 0 for 5 himself in the first half, and he's going to go with Starks and Davis. Derek Harper sits.
Most of Hubert Davis's shot attempts were under a lot of pressure. The Sonics had played him very well in the first half.
Charles Smith gets the roll.
Hubert was 0 for 5 from the field in the first half.
Charles Smith has 9. It's another friendly, successful roll, so he's got 10 points, 6 of them in the last 90 seconds or so. Knicks swarm on Gary Payton. That leaves Kemp to battle Mason. Anthony Mason is called for the foul. We have a timeout on the floor here in the Tacoma Dome. Just a second.
Blaylock 1 and 2 in the NBA in that department.
We'll see what both teams come out of their respective timeouts with. Kendall Gill breaks free, but it's 3 seconds against the Seattle Supersonics. They had the setup right. They just took too much time setting it up.
Knicks have got to get the ball back into Ewing on a steady basis.
Charles Smith dribbling the ball, looks like the point guard right now for the Knicks. He has scored the last 8 Knick points. Mason spins on Kemp, draws the foul. I believe they'll call the foul.
Anthony Mason, despite his suspension over the last 5 games, has been playing basketball, Al. He looks fine.
Kemp loses Mason. Payton is wide open, so's Perkins.
Oh, heavy pushing between Kemp and Mason under that basket. Surprised there wasn't a foul call. Both players keeping their cool. They're going to rock now again. Mason trying to get position down low.
Meanwhile, Sam Perkins is heating up. He's in 2 from out there. Smith for Starks. It just is not happening for John Starks. Sonics throw it away.
Nothing wrong with John faking the three and taking a dribble or two for a drive or a shorter jump shot, but he's sticking to those flat-footed long shots.
Well, he's taken 13 jump shots. He's made 1. 11 of the 13 have been three-point attempts. Mason, travel. Quite a little rivalry between Anthony Mason and Sean Kemp.
Kemp is not the guy that Mason can back in like he does most people and score over. Kemp is 6'10" and very strong himself.
Mason pleading his case to one of the officials. Last 90 seconds of the third quarter. Almost a steal by Hubert Davis from Kendall Gill. But Davis has really had a problem. Derek Harper, John Starks. Gill for Kemp. Way out for Perkins. Goes for 3 in a row. Big rebound and follow. There's Gary Payton. Nate McMillan was the one who battled in there at 6'6" to get the rebound. Kemp spins on Smith. Before the shot, Smith fouled him.
Fans love Sean Kemp's creativity. He has a crazy body language too, Al. You know,
we talked about that.
He's so humorous to watch. Now he escapes Charles Smith, goes up for that reverse slam. The way he struts around and holds his body, he doesn't flaunt his success.
Oh, he flaunted it that time.
He did.
Sean Kemp's first points of the second half. But what a way to get on the sheet. Sonics by 12. Knicks go to Ewing. He is stripped and fouled.
Maybe the first opportunity Ewing had in the third quarter to get the ball back to the basket down low for a move like that. Knicks got away from him too much.
He's only taken 3 shots the entire quarter at a time when the Knicks desperately needed points. He's only scored 2, but he'll go to the line to try and increase that.
Patrick Ewing to the free throw line, shooting 1 plus the penalty shot for 2 shots.
Ewing has taken 13 field goal attempts and made 9. John Starks has taken 13 and made 1. Let's get the ball to Ewing more. That's kind of logical. There's Sean Kemp getting that lead pass. John Starks had the misfortune of being matched up with him.
That was Nate McMillan who got that spectacular assist. This has been, it's far from over, but Seattle has obviously taken control of this game. These are the types of games in which the Knicks have been exposed. Pat Riley even said last night after the game in Los Angeles, yes, we won, but we're not playing well.
Harper dying for an explanation. Again, call for a hand check.
Fourth on Derek Harper.
Riley very unhappy with the quick call, the quick whistle on a Harper that's trying to be, when you're in Tacoma, Al, the calls don't go your way.
Less than 30, and the Knicks are down by 13. It's another one of those low-scoring struggles. 60 points with 20 to go in the third. Ewing whips it out right into Gary Payton's hands. He spins on Davis. Almost spectacular. Gary Payton showing his stuff. And they're rising to their feet here in the Tacoma Dome for their Sonics and their star point guard.
Well, here's some artistry. Gary Payton spinning around and almost beating John Starks as well as Hubert Davis, who he had gotten by. Very exciting. Defensive player like Payton can read how Ewing is going to react when he gets double teamed, and he did.
Knicks have had 12 points in the quarter. And the Sonics have their biggest lead, 15 points. Last chance, Davis. And typifying the third quarter for the Knicks. The Knicks only get a dozen in 12 minutes, and they've got a big problem.
Last year.
Knicks really lost control of things in the third quarter, couldn't hit their shots. Only 12 points. The guard matchups are absolutely destroying the Knicks right now. Patrick Ewing hits the rim. Seattle, led by Gary Payton, their guards 63% from the floor. The Knick guards are shooting 9%. 3 for 27. Sean Kemp missed a thunderous attempt. It will be Nick Ball. Remember the theory I had about better shooting at that? My last